Today, we're going to talk about how to pack a school backpack. And I know what you're probably thinking. I mean, how hard can it be, right? But you'll see a few simple tweaks can make a massive difference in your child's comfort and their posture. So here's a thought that might surprise you. You could have the best, most expensive, most ergonomic backpack on the market. But if you pack it the wrong way, it can still feel like a ton of bricks on your kid's back. It's a super common mistake, but luckily, it's also incredibly easy to fix.
So what is this hidden problem we're talking about? Well, it's not about the brand of the backpack or how many cool pockets it has. It's all about what's happening inside the bag. How you arrange everything is just as critical as all those features like padded straps and back support.
What's really fascinating here is the simple physics of it all. See, when heavy things are packed far away from the body, they create this pulling effect, leverage, that actually pulls your child backwards. To compensate, they have to lean forward, which leads to bad posture and makes the bag feel way, way heavier than it actually is. The good news is, the fix for this is unbelievably simple. It all boils down to just one core principle, a kind of golden rule that, once you know it, honestly, it changes everything.
And here it is, the golden rule. Always, always put the heaviest items closest to the spine. That's it. Just by doing that one thing, you're centering the bag's weight. This lets your child's strong core and back muscles support the load naturally, instead of constantly fighting against it.
A great way to put that rule into practice is to think of the backpack in 3 zones. So you've got the back zone, right up against the spine. That's prime real estate for those heavy textbooks and laptops. Then there's the middle zone, for medium weight stuff like notebooks. And finally, the front zone, which is perfect for all the light, easy-to-grab things.
Okay, so theory is great, but let's get practical. We're going to walk through exactly how to pack some of the most common school items using this 3-zone system. So you want to start with the main offenders, the heavy books and binders. You know that giant math textbook? It goes in first, flat and snug right against the back panel. From there, you just build outwards, stacking the lighter books and folders in front of it. Simple as that.
Now, what about electronics? They're both heavy and, of course, fragile. If your kid's bag has one of those padded laptop sleeves, that's your best friend. It's almost always in the perfect spot, right against the back. If there isn't one, no worries. The same rule applies. Keep that device upright and as close to the spine as you can get it.
Okay, what about the other essentials? A water bottle is best kept in a dedicated side pocket. This keeps it from tipping over and leaking on everything. For a lunch bag, you can pop it in the main compartment, but just make sure it doesn't shove all your carefully stacked books out of position and push that weight outward.
Here's a great little cheat sheet that pulls it all together. If you only remember one thing, make it this. Keep the weight high, centered, and close to the back. This is a perfect checklist just to mentally run through every evening.
So, now we know the right way to do it. But sometimes it's just as helpful to look at the common mistakes. Recognizing these can be the key to breaking those bad packing habits for good. And here you can really see the difference. The absolute biggest mistake is putting heavy books in that front compartment. That instantly pulls the bag away from the body. Another classic error is just stuffing that front pocket, which completely throws off the balance. The right way? Well, it always comes back to that golden rule.
All right, so how do we make this a routine? Because we all know a perfectly packed bag on Monday can turn into total chaos by Wednesday. Good packing is a daily habit, not just a one-time thing.
These little habits can make a world of difference. And maybe the most important one, repack the bag each evening. This avoids that frantic morning rush and makes sure only what's needed for the next day is actually being carried around. A quick clean out of old papers every couple of days also stops that slow, sneaky buildup of unnecessary weight.
So why does all of this really matter? Well, it's about so much more than just avoiding a little bit of discomfort. The long-term effects of carrying a well-packed bag are genuinely huge for a child's health and well-being. This is really what it all adds up to. We're talking about better posture, which has lifelong benefits, and less fatigue, so your child has more energy for school and for play. It's such a simple change that can make their entire day so much better.
So I'll leave you with this thought. Everything we've talked about really just boils down to a simple 2-minute check each evening. When you think about it like that, it's such a small investment for a huge return on your child's daily comfort and health. And hey, if you'd like to dive even deeper and learn how to figure out the maximum safe weight your child should be carrying, the source for this explainer has a fantastic, comprehensive guide over at mykite.ca.